I have made something that shows the first U.S. Cavalry's true colors. So, before you join, even when you join, they say, we are like a family. You can tell us anything, or whatever, blah blah blah. But I want to know, are they truly like a family, or do they just invite, like, close friends, apparently? Because most of the people have known each other forever. But anyways, so I made a little booklet as to why they are straight doo-doo and they don't trust what anybody says. If they just joined the cavalry, they do not trust anything. But anyways, so here's the key. Friend A is orange, friend B is pink, and I'm purple, and the apostle leader has green above their head. So before I join, friend A and B are both like messing around by a train, killing each other, all this fun stuff. And then I join, and I notice that friend B isn't talking. So I asked friend A, what's going on? And he said that his mic's dead. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So then we start messing around more, killing each other, all that normal stuff in Red Dead. So there's a cavalry meeting about to happen, so we all jump sessions to go to this meeting. I jump to the right session because I'm in the party before friend B is, but friend B jumps to the wrong one and jumps to the people that are actually getting promoted on accident. And so we'll start off in this session. So this session, 2 leaders are getting one recruit ready for promotion, and then so they're in the St. Denis Taylor, and they're all in Posse in-game chat, which I think is kind of stupid, because for my next reason is why, because so friend B then leaves his posse, because he's the posse leader, so he brought friend A with him on accident, because he's a low level and he just started playing the game. He doesn't know that would happen. So he leaves to go to the right session. Okay, we'll get to that session later. And then so friend A is still here with these 4, and he says hello, but since they're all in the in-game chat, they can't hear him. So he leaves St. Denis. So then to this session, I jumped into, we're all in the camp and everything. And then so he joins, friend B joins, and then the leader says, like, hello, like, can you hear me or whatever? Because he isn't talking. And so I tell them that his mic is dead. And then they said, okay, well, friend B has to jump to another session. So that happens, and then he jumps to another session, friend B. And then he has company over, so he leaves party and stuff. And he leaves the game pretty much, which he already did. And he never comes back after that, because he has company over who would come back. So then we all go to the exact same session. And so we're all in the same session. Okay, then the meeting goes on, blah blah blah. And keep in mind, friend A is out of the picture. Like, he's not St. Denis at all. Nowhere near. No blueberry anywhere. No blue blip. No blue circle. Nothing there. And an enemy posse spawns, and that's like right outside of where we are. So of course they had to have spawned on somebody on the inside of where we were. They couldn't have spawned on A. So that continues on, and they parlay, they kill each other, parlay, whatever. And then friend A gets invited to a party saying, why were you there? And everything. And then he says, oh, I wanted to say hi to everybody. But then he's like, I didn't see you say hi to everybody. You didn't say hi to everybody or whatever. And so then blah, 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 blah. He tries to vouch for me. And then I start vouching for him in like a chat and stuff. So then that happens. And then they invite me to a party. And then there's 2 leaders of mine. And I was saying that it wasn't him because he wasn't even there. They're like, yes, he was there. And I was like, no, he wasn't. He wasn't there when they spawned in. But they believe he was, even though he obviously wasn't. And friend B definitely wasn't there because he was gone, and they were asking why he wasn't back. And I didn't know the answer at that time because, you know, he just didn't tell me. Like, nobody told me. So then friend, like, after all this, me and friend A got into a chat, and we chatted about it, and we were like, oh, hey, yeah, this is stupid, this doesn't make any sense, they're just making false accusations about everything. So then, yeah, they just make the false accusation that it was his fault, even though it wasn't, and stuff. And he has lied before, yes, but there's no harm in, like, doing that or whatever. And they just didn't like it. So he did lie a little bit. He told me he lied a very tiny bit. But they apparently don't. He lied a little bit just to get on the good side, and pretty much just to let me stay in the Cavalry, even though I'm over here vouching for him because, you know, I'm a good friend and we became friends fast. But they even said, like, they believe that we were friends, like, way before, even though we weren't. Like, just a fast friendship. And then they were talking about how he was there and stuff, and I said, oh, yeah, he wanted to say hi to everybody because I was talking to him in a separate chat at the same time. And then he was like, and then the leader that was talking to him, that was actually there when he was there, says, yeah, I might have been on my computer, that might have been my fault or whatever, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then the second leader literally says, how did he know we were at the St. Denis? How do you know we were at the St. Denis Taylor? Even though they literally said it in the chat before he left the chat. Like, I don't think they know things, but that's what happened. That's what went down. So that happens, and then blah, blah, more arguing happens about it. Like, I know I'm right because there was no blip there, so they couldn't have found on him. Because they didn't. They don't mess with him. They mess with the Cavalry. I even know who they spawned on because I actually found evidence. I actually take the time to find evidence. So this happens, and then they literally tell me it's either you block and delete him or you leave the Cavalry. And I'm like, that seems completely unfair. And they're like, you either do that or you leave the Cavalry. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna leave the Cavalry, because why would you block a friend? Like, bro, imagine if you had. They even told him to block his friend that he was friends with for 8 years. They told him to block him, and I'm like, that's stupid. That's retarded. Why do that just for a little Cavalry thing? So yeah, all that happens, and then so I made like a bunch of things about them and saying, like, I left that chat. I left the Cavalry saying that, like, this is completely unfair. You guys make false accusations. You guys are instantly to accuse. So then, like, as I leave that chat, you know, as I leave, this is what I see. This is what my friend sends me. They completely, instantly accused me of being a mole, even though I wasn't, just because I have pretty much friends that I want to keep on my friends list. They don't like that, apparently. They don't understand. So I get to say all this about my friend, and then stuff happens. And then it's just stupid. So then most of the people that got kicked out of the Cavalry, like, a friend that I freaking put in there, they kicked him out. My friend left with me, and then they kicked friend A's friend out for no reason at all. They just kicked him out. They kicked out my friend for no reason at all. They just started kicking people. So in that day, they lost 5 people in a single day. So we decided to make our own posse. And it is made of people that dislike the Cavalry because they kicked him out for no good reason at all. And Cavalry, I'm sorry, but we are probably gonna come for you sooner or later. For what you've done, like, that's just, it's completely unfair to people to just assume things that aren't true, and you assumed quickly just because we were good friends. And that's like saying, let's say, you know, your husband, you let's say you don't want him in the cavalry anymore. Like, let's say you kick him. Let's say something happens and he gets kicked. Would you leave for him, or would you stay in it? Would you be selfish, or would you want to stay friends or whatever? Like, it's just stupid. The cavalry is, like, retarded. They don't understand anything about what... They just don't understand. They don't understand the logic of the game, apparently, also. Because they're blaming on somebody that wasn't even there. So, yeah, cavalry, if you guys are watching this, you know, we're coming for you. And there's going to be a giant surprise with it, too. Like, you guys are just going to be mad. And I hope you guys are, for what's about to happen, for what you've done.